no.
You have a shirt on underneath?
So it just slips under there?
That needs to be behind him.
Yes.
There's uniform. This is what's called the fatigue jacket. This is the jacket they would wear in camp, just lounging around. It had some different variations. Some people put these on there, some did not have them on there, but there's a lot of photographs from the Civil War that show this uniform. And then the frock coat is this one over here, and it's double-breasted. So this one right here is a double-breasted frock coat. So it looks very similar, but it's longer, it's a full-length coat, and then it's got the double rows of buttons on it right there. This uniform eventually goes away. The modern day Marine Corps has no double-breasted coats like that, but this uniform eventually turns into mess dress, which is the special formal occasion dress. So it's funny that this one went from a fatigue jacket, which is worn out in camp, to an actual dress dinner jacket. So that's kind of interesting. Dress coat, which I didn't bring with me, and that's also double-breasted rows of buttons with really big shoulder knots on there like that. Big shoulder scales with fringe, and the size of the fringe denotes your rank. So the thicker the fringe, the higher the rank you are. So this one right here is a captain right there. So these are called Russian knots, is a nickname for them, and they got the 2 silver bars on there, and that would make it a captain.
And get this around, keep that in the center with it.
Right.
Unless you want to drop this way down off her hip.
Shoulder, arm. In one rank.
Yeah. I'm gonna go get one of my new sections.
Let's see patches.
You don't want to sight read in front of us, huh?
Are there any sticks in there with the brushes? You're not gonna get that big. You gotta pull the nipple for that. Here, go ahead and clean. Make sure you clean your ramrods. Make sure you iron those out. All right. Let me see if I can find you.
Who made your flute?
Yeah. Let me take a look.
Manufacturer?
That's all unburnt powder too.
They don't clean after the rain.
Again.
All right. You do it. Your turn. No, here. Keep going on this one. It's not done. Till nothing falls out. See all that powder still coming out? Yep, just keep going. Pull it out, let all of it drop. Easy, don't bend the rod. Okay, go again. And this is what you do.
You can roll it.
That way it fires.
But I was going to think that we were going to have to do.
Don't take a dirty rifle.
I think your quote was fine.
All right, pull it all the way out.
Yeah, if you're way off. Petra's had one that was way off for some crazy reason. And you just take a rammer.
It's still going?
You just have to keep the power there. But if you're making it shorter, then it's higher. Then it goes to a higher pitch. If you leave it the other way, then you make it lower. You just kind of bump it.
All right, is that yours? Go. Hand me another.
It's an early model.
Yeah, it's still it's horse drawn.
Horse-drawn forward.
Yeah, I have one. I can't so hard.
Mechanized cavalry unit.
That's right.
I knew I'd have to get a better quality one.
Yeah, that's what I did.
The last one I got.
We don't have a lot of cavalry anymore, do we? I don't think we have any here.
Keep going.
Yeah, but I mean,
See?
even at Olusty, there used to be a lot. Now there's just a handful of horses.
Yep, you got to get all the way into those corners. If you need a little more brass, take it all the way to the edges, man.
Most horses I've ever seen was getting.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I've never seen.
Doyle.
I didn't know people had that many horses.
it in all the way to the corners and the edges. Squeeze good.
Are you carrying a rifle? Okay, good.
Oh, yeah?
Change your clothes because we're going to be
Crazy
doing
woman with a gun. No.
Ed Kellogg.
All the way to the edges. Just the edges. There you go.
Yeah, when you take those screws out, that brass plate that's behind it, some of those brass plates will fall out.
These right here?
No, the brass plates on the screws.
Oh, I'm not taking those out.
Okay.
No.
Stranger things have happened, my friend.
I don't doubt that one bit.
You need to pull it up, we'll hit the color.
If it was my gun, I'd take them all out.
Yeah.
It's not my gun.
Selling one of the stuff at $1,000.
Well, the nice part right now is this is kind of a laid back event, like a national event. You know, you got colors at 8. After colors at 8, you got battalion drill at 9. You get done battalion drill at 10:30. You have to go work. You have to be somewhere at noon. And some of the national events.
This is a frock coat, military Marine frock coat, and these are chevrons, these are sergeant stripes.
And so the Pawnee Guard is a family unit. We have a lot of families, we have a lot of kids, we have a lot of teenagers in the unit. So, you know, it's a great family camping event. I'm Captain Boyce, the commanding officer of the Pawnee Guard, and I've been reenacting for about 15 years, and the Pawnee Guard's been in existence for about 10 years. This one right here is a captain right there. So these are called Russian knots is the nickname for them. And they got the 2 silver bars on there, and that would make it a captain. So the captains, the officers would be in charge of much larger units, units about the size of like 40 to 50 Marines would have a captain in charge. So some of the larger ship detachments would have them, like the USS Constitution had a large detachment of Marines. The smaller detachments, like the Pawnee Guard, was actually commanded by an orderly sergeant. It had an officer at the very beginning of the war. The Marines were expanding very quickly, and so they had to pull that officer out. So most of the ships were actually commanded, the Marine detachments were actually commanded by orderly sergeants. So the Pawnee was a ship that was commissioned right around 1860, I think, or 1858, right before the war starts. It's a gunship. It's basically a wooden ship that has It's a gun platform, so it's not really designed for ship-to-ship fighting. It's designed more for shore bombardment. And it carried a detachment of the Marines, and it operated off the east coast of the United States, from Charleston, South Carolina, all the way down to Fernandina Beach. And it did several landings all up and down that coast, including one, the furthest south was St. Augustine. And also for the Battle of Olustee, they landed the Pawnee Marines from Jacksonville. They landed on shore, and they built fortifications for when the Union retreated in case the Confederates were chasing them. They had fortifications for that. So the Pawnee, we researched the different ships of the Civil War, and we lit upon the Pawnee. We thought the Pawnee, USS Pawnee, was a great ship because it's commissioned right before the war. It operates during the war, and it kind of almost tells the story of the war because the Pawnee, the USS Pawnee, went to Washington, D.C. when war was declared, and the Pawnee Marines landed and protected D.C. until they were relieved by Army regiments. They operated along the Potomac, clearing mines so that the ships could come and go to the U.S. Capitol. Then they started operating down the coast, Charleston, South Carolina, around those islands there, and then all the way down the East Coast. So Marine detachments generally are, for most ships, smaller ships, are about 20 guys, give or take, all the way up to like 40 to 60 for the bigger ships. And the Marines were recruited from depots or Marine barracks on the East Coast. So New York City, Boston, and Philadelphia were the main Marine barracks that they were recruiting from. And then Washington, D.C. is, of course, the headquarters of the Marine Corps. And there was a Marine barracks there. But most of the recruiting was done in Philadelphia, Boston, and New York. So a large proportion of Marines were of Irish descent because of that, those coming in those big cities like that. And they fought mostly in small detachments on ships several times during the war. They would pull them together from all the ships and make like a Marine battalion, and they did that about 3 or 4 times. They did that during the war and did amphibious assaults. So the Pawnee is a family unit that sort of represents that. We also do Confederate infantry, and so we just call ourselves the Pawnee Guard. There were a lot of Confederate units that had names like Rifles and Guards and stuff like that, so we felt like it was a name that would work. And we do mostly Marine activities during the year with some Confederates, and every once in a blue moon we'll do Union infantry. But the unit is a club. Everybody joins voluntarily. We have a lot of equipment to loan out that we've collected over the years, but eventually people get their own stuff and they accumulate that. And we try to do a pretty heavy schedule. We got a website, www.pawneeguard.com, so you can go there and see our event schedule, and we have a Facebook page as well. Okay, look, all you guys do is put it back to the oars. Okay? All you're doing is turn like that.
Have a cheater.
Oh, do you? You don't happen to have the colors with you there.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Well, here. How do you do that? Put that down.
It's not easy.
Look at that. Oh, it's a piccolo.
Freeze it. All right.
Play together.
Shoulder.
Stand right behind you. I just need a couple of things.
The weather's okay, I'll play this.
You're not gonna lift it. You almost drop it. You're not gonna lift it up. All right. Freeze it. All right. 1, 2, down.
Bottom, top heads, both top
Shoulder. All right. 1, 2, down. Freeze in. All right. 1, 2, down. Shoulder. All right. 1, 2, down.
The term goat locker is the nickname used for the petty officer's berthing and messing area aboard a ship. And where that comes from is in the old days of sailing ships, they would be at sea for months at a time. And so they would have live animals aboard, usually goats and pigs, because they can eat our garbage, our leftovers, and that kind of thing. And they would occasionally be slaughtered to provide meat for the ship's officers. You basically had 3 groups of men on a ship. You had the commissioned officers, the gentlemen, then you had the seamen, the deck seamen, and then you had the petty officers, which were also enlisted. The officers, being gentlemen, they didn't take care, they didn't feed animals, they didn't clean up their poop or anything like that. And the seamen were not trustworthy. The petty officers were the most trustworthy enlisted men on the ship. So the animals were kept in their berthing and messing area or next to it, near it, so they could keep an eye on and take care of the animals. And so it came to the petty officers berthing, that's where they sleep, and mess, where they eat, came to be known as the goat locker, because that's where the animals were. And to this day, the chief's berthing and messing area aboard Navy ships is still referred to as the goat locker.
Shoulder arm, bring it forward, set it on your shoulder, left hand into the plate, thumb on the screw, cut. You'll have to go it off the sheet.
Yeah, y'all ruined them.
Support arms. With this arm, grab the neck of the stop. Bring this other hand up. Set the hammer into the crook of your elbow. Okay.
The last thing they said.
Straight back. Right shoulder shift. Grab the neck. Swing it to port. Plate facing out. This hand put it down. Set it on your right shoulder. The lock plate facing out. Plate out. A little further. Take this hand, grab to the butt, then cut. Your port arms. Order arms. Pawnee Guard, Marine Unit, and discussing how we fire these guns in during the reenactment battle. We don't actually we don't actually put a live round into the barrel or a piece of lead or projectile. All we're doing is we're taking this little paper cartridge here with black powder in it. We will tear off the top, pour the powder down the barrel of the rifle, and then we will take a priming cap, put it on the nipple here of the gun, pull the trigger, that causes a spark to go into the barrel that sets off the powder, and the fire kind of comes off, goes straight out of the barrel. So there's never a projectile in the barrel. It's just you're essentially just setting off powder or shooting a blank round.
Mark time. Okay, wait. Mark, does everybody have a cup or something to drink? Are we giving them a chance to get in there? All right. Get in there. Oh. Now, we're going to do it from the right. Lunge. In place. Right.
Find a place in your line, please.
Shoulder. Arm. 3 paces forward. March.
1, 2, 3.
Order. Arms. In place. Rest.
Forward.
Forward.
March.
Girl left behind.
shoulder, arm. Colors, post. Present. Arm. Shoulder, arm.
This is going to be the 47th annual reenactment of the battle. On behalf of the Natural Bridge Historic Society, who is the host of this event, and with the help and assistance and blessing of the Florida Park Service, I want to welcome all of you and thank you for being here. I also want to thank you on behalf of the local host reenactment units for this event are the Leon Rifles Infantry and the North Florida Artillery. And anything you need this weekend, the Park Service will be glad to help you, or find me or Buzz Gifford, who's the president of the Natural Bridge Historic Society. We'll do our best to assist you with it.
Hello everyone, I'm Brooke Doran, the new park manager for Tallahassee St. Mark's Geoparks, including Natural Bridge. Came from Silver Springs, Gilchrist Blue before that, and here to keep moving us forward and get that pavilion done, and whatever else needs to be done. So if y'all ever need anything, you got my number.
Thank you, sir. He's learning quickly. We're jumping on him.
For the new park manager.
Hip hip!
Hooray! Hip hip!
Hooray!
Hip!
Hooray!
Party, 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 party.
This parade is dismissed. Officers, take charge of your men.
Thank you, sir.
Yellow Brick Road.
Orderly Sergeant Mark Bailey with the Pawnee Guard. Pawnee Guard is a Marine unit of reenactors from Panama City in Florida. We get together at Civil War sites and reenact the Civil War battles. I'm an orderly sergeant. I basically am in charge of the troops. Most of the Marine units during the Civil War were not run by officers, they were run by orderly sergeants. They all the ships had a full complement of Marines on board, and each complement was run by an orderly sergeant. We do this to get together to not enjoy war or to make it the war part important. We do it to make sure that people remember history and the way things happened, and to make sure that things like that don't happen again. We enjoy the history part of it, and we enjoy getting together, and we step back in time for a weekend or two, a month, and enjoy each other's company and camp and cook over a fire and try to enjoy the things that we used to do or they used to do back during the Civil War.
only thing I needed behind me. The only thing I need behind me was an explosion. That would be awesome. Get those ramrods started.